Alrighty, let me just get my little late starting here. Let me get my plugs in the chat and then we'll get going. There they are. Close that. Not many problems, or just want to make sure you are on the right track. Okay, I had to type out that one. I got the rest of them on the notepad. What up, Sid? Said I didn't know if you'd make it today. I thought you would go and study for years to be a trader. You never know about that, do you? Apparently not risky at all. Oh, I think my voice a little bit too high. No, it's not. I was just loud. All right. Let's go in show number 258 today. Anybody want to sing? I do, of course. Got a new, let's see, did I say it right? There we go. Let's try some new music for this today, and it's gonna be a little faster. It's gonna be a little faster. Let's try it out. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Like all plans, it starts with step one. $1,000 emergency fund. Step two, you pay off all your debt. Except mortgage, we don't do that yet. So pay off your consumer debt. Every one of the charges, from smallest to largest. Baby step three is next. Full emergency fund of expenses. You stay gazelle intensive. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach, and why I host this YouTube show. If you don't like results you're getting now, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, you should do Dave's baby steps. Step 4 is when you can take a breath and go, let's gazelle and invest. Step 5 is to save for your kids. No student loans at all for college. The 6 is to pay off your home. Step 7, build your wealth and don't keep it all yourself. And you've lived like nobody else. Now you get to live large, and now you get to give large. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach, and why I host this YouTube show. If you don't like results you're getting now, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, you should do Dave's baby steps. Guitar, take it home. That's a spam call. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Columbus, OH. It's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. Here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, and the people in it, and all things financial, and whatever else I want to talk about. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money, a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach, and you can schedule a free consultation assessment at calendly.com/CoachSteveMoney. Links at the top of the chat and in the video description below. You can email me about anything, yes, anything, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. You can also reach me on Instagram, add me on the gram, Coach Steve Money, no spaces. And if you'd like to donate to the channel so I can make it better, that's paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. All right. Oh, let's see what we have going on today. Let's make sure we're on there. We got the 403 subscriber count happening. And that is going. Confirm the date, confirm the show number, so we are all good. Alrighty, so today was an interesting Ramsey show. Dave was there for all 3 hours. But in the first hour, promoting his book, was friend of the after show. Author of Redefining Anxiety. And his new book, what is it? Own Your Past, Change Your Future. And today's the last day. Oh, you know what? I cannot sing that one faster, probably. I got to change the speed on that one. Let's put that to normal. There we go. Okay, that's probably better. Let's try it again. Where were we? New book, Own Your Past, Change Your Future. That the last day for pre-orders is today to get $300 worth of extras, including better health sessions. And it comes out tomorrow. So today's the last day for pre-order. Ooh, we call him Dr. D, as you can see. But his parents named him John DeLooney. Ooh, he's got 2 PhDs, 2 more than me. Plus, he's got some other certs. John DeLooney, never gonna stop. Gives advice, such a brilliant mind. He always sorts it out. Has the craft of the healing kind. John, 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 John. Woo! John DeLooney. Ooh, he takes a call and then throws his pen, and he saves the day again. John DeLooney. Ooh, this dude has got some range. Season of change is what you're going there, says John DeLooney. Never gonna stop, gives advice, such a brilliant mind. He always sits it up, has the clout of the healing kind. John, 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 John. Woo! John DeLooney. John DeLooney. Ooh, I said a brilliant mind, anxiety redefined, and put in a quick read by John DeLooney. Wealth and illness has to face, they didn't place, but they probably still had fun with John DeLooney. Never gonna stop, gives advice, such a brilliant mind. He always puts it up, has the clout on the healing kind. John, 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 John. Woo! John DeLooney. John DeLooney. John DeLooney. John DeLooney. John DeLooney. Alrighty, and so he was there the first hour, and so after that, I would imagine maybe he got on a jet plane to head out to New York City or somewhere for some media hits to promote his book that comes out tomorrow. And or he just had some stuff to do there. So don't know if we'll see him on tomorrow, since he might be doing media hits all day promoting his book. But for hours 2 and 3, our pal George Camel stepped in. Yeah. He used to host YouTube back in the day. KC calls him George Camel with a K. Now George hosts 3 podcasts. They don't cost a cent, but I did it wrong. How did I do it wrong? Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. Okay. Yeah. He used to host YouTube back in the day. KC calls him George Camel with a K. George hosts 3 podcasts. They don't cost a cent. Borrow, future, entree, leadership, and the fine print. Opened up YouTube, saw the thumbnail was Camel. It's always fun with George on the panel. Ayo wears Asus Saloni, still wears flannel. No one does it better than our guy George Camel. Paid his house off not that many months ago either. Got a second dog. May or may not have gotten an electric vehicle, perhaps. I don't know if he said that one time, and he may have just been joking. All right, today on the Ramsey Show, also, we had a person type in the chat, I fought debt and the debt lost, and so of course I thought about this. Let's try it out. I bought stuff, no matter the cost, but I fought the debt and the debt lost. I fought the debt and the debt lost. That's all I have, so I'm just going to repeat it. I bought stuff, no matter the cost, but I fought the debt and the debt lost. I fought the debt and the debt lost. Alright, so that's all I have for that one. I don't know if I'll do anything else with that or not, but I thought that was pretty cool because I thought of that. I was like, what rhymes with lost? Oh, and I was like, oh, probably a lot of words. I immediately thought of cost. So there we go. Excuse me. Apologize. I'll blame that on the Coke Zero Sugar in the Diet Coke bottle, of course, but it is Coke Zero Sugar. And I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Market report. Alrighty, so I was looking at this earlier, and I hashtag mentioned in the chat that it was a weird kind of day, because what happened is it started a little bit higher, and then went lower, and then came back up to here. And then it crashed all the way back down to here. And then came up again and then died for the end of it. So I don't know what exactly was happening during all those times to make people buy and sell. I don't know. Maybe it's all computers, all somebody's computer programmed to sell right there. And then people see that, oh, it's gone this low, and they said, oh, I better sell too. And so that happens, and then it gets down here, and a computer says, oh, hey, wait a minute, that means buy. So then they buy, then people see it buy, and they say, oh, it's going back up, so we better buy too. So it's probably those freaking day traders that Guthrie was talking about. And so if they weren't there, maybe it wouldn't do that. So maybe the day traders are to the blame for everything. That sounds good to me. Let's blame them for it. All right, so not that bad though. I mean, 3/4 of a point down for Russell Small Cap Index, but S&P 500 barely down at all, 0.02%, 0.14%. negative the NASDAQ, and 0.11% for the Dow. So it's, I mean, that's not, for a bad day, that's not as bad as it normally has been. We got some earnings. What do we got coming up to on Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. would be your Tesla. Oh yeah, happy tax day, everybody. And then next week, right? Yeah, next week would be Google owner Alphabet, Microsoft, artist formerly known as Facebook, Meta Platforms. Yeah, that's all the next week, and Apple and Amazon. So a lot of these guys, the most followed single stocks on Google, and what they did today, minus 0.13 for the Apple. Everything else was positive. So how about that? What was the highest up? Of course, Tesla 1.96. Twitter went up 2 some, I think, because of the still the Elon Musk buyout offer on that 0.75% Google owner Alphabet as well. So we'll see what those earnings for these guys next week, and that could say a lot about how the market goes in the for the couple months after that. Maybe we'll see. Oh, there it is, right there. I knew it was somewhere on this page. Yeah, up 7.48% today was the Twitter. So that's how that goes. Don't know if they're gonna let Elon take care of it though. Don't know if he's gonna be able to get in there. Check the rest of the planet. Everything up in Europe. Almost everything down. Mostly down in Asia. The dollar up on the euro. Dollar up on the yen. The dollar up on the British pound, love. The Canadian dollar, up on the US dollar. Sorry. But the US dollar up against the Australian dollar, mate. No shrimp on the barbie yet again. Let's check our pals in crypto. All up at the moment except for Dogecoin. And let's see what Dogecoin did all day. This is 24 hours. And so they were mostly down and then came back up again, and then all right. Oh, okay. It's by the time I click on it, it gets positive again. So there you go. And these, of course, keep trading over constantly. They don't stop at 4 p.m. like the U.S. stock market does. All right. Goldman Sachs Intel share gains contribute to Dow's 50-point climb. So that was earlier in the day before it went neg. And so I guess they had Goldman Sachs and Intel had some good days today, at least until this was at 1:35, and so probably about then is when it started. Well, let's just check on that. 3 o'clock went negative. Let's see, 135 is right here where it just got. Of course, this is the NASDAQ. This would Intel would be in the NASDAQ. Let's see if the S&P 500 was more. Yeah, it did. Yeah, 135. It wasn't up that much. All right, but anyway, that's the problem with these time stories, and of course, this segment, for if you're watching this in the future, probably not that exciting since it's not current news, but you can look at it and say, wow, I can't believe it was that low, because it should be up much higher in the future, depending on when you're watching in the future, of course. All right, and let's see this one from Reuters. We got Wall Street ends lower as investors await further earnings clues. You know what we got to do? We got to play Blues Clues, Investor Clues. Let's get our handy dandy notebook. Normally I have a notebook right around here somewhere. That would have been so good for the bit. I think I have one right. Crud, I don't know where it is. Normally I have a notebook right there, so I could have just said handy dandy notebook. All right. Anyway, let's see. Bank of America apparently had some good earnings, but not enough to boost the market for the whole day. Twitter gains after they adopted a poison pill, something like that they wouldn't, something that made it impossible or really difficult for Elon Musk to get more shares than he owns now, which is like 9-point-something% of the shares, I think. Oh, of course we can't read it. Reach the article limit. Closed lower after a session which saw all three benchmarks up between positive and negative territory, as investors contrasted Bank of America's positive earnings with surging bond yields ahead of further earnings cues this week. Okay, yeah, the bond yields are up. ATM, as the kids say. This from Lifehacker. Groceries you should never buy at the Walmart. All right, let's see what they are. Hopefully it will be, be wary of the great value items. I enjoy those. I think Sid likes them too, I believe. Let's see. Almost every major grocery store chain has developed a store brand in recent years. Yep. Often terrific options as they're cheaper than national brands, while often, though not always, offering similar quality and often made by the exact same company, and they just throw the store brand on it. So let's see. Private label, Great Value is no exception. Great Value items are definitely cheaper than brand name stuff and get the job done quality-wise for the most part. And so I won't claim to know about the grocery stuff. But when I worked at Menards, we would get our branded house brand tools in shipping boxes from the other manufacturers, like your name brand that costs a lot more. And so I don't know. I'd have to have AJ look at them to see if they were any good, to see if they matched up with the Milwaukee or whatever other is the best brand of tool. This says, don't buy produce at the Walmart. Produce always tricky. It's tricky to Rocco right. It's tricky. I don't know the words to that. Even when in season, getting fruits and veggies from one part of the world to another part is a logistical challenge, and selecting produce that's fresh, plump, and delicious instead of wilted, browning, and gross isn't easy. It's no surprise that it's also a job that most large supermarkets don't manage well, but Walmart supercenters do a very bad job of it in general. Okay. They rank at the bottom of any review of supermarket produce, and this probably links to another story, whether it links to, some other, unbiased documentation. I don't know. It says avoid maple syrup. Why? Two types of people in the world: those who think something vaguely maple flavored and loaded with high fructose corn syrup counts as maple syrup, and those who know the difference between golden and very dark varieties. Okay, well, if you're going to be a syrup snob, then yeah, maybe you don't want to get the Great Value, I guess. Real maple syrup will routinely be nearly twice as expensive as other retailers. Okay, and I don't know if they're still talking about the Great Value. I guess not. This probably means any maple syrup. Don't pick up organic stuff at the Walmart. Why isn't Walmart the best? Organic food is always more expensive than the pesticide-laden factory farm stuff, but as a rule, it's even more expensive at Walmart. Everything from baby spinach to bananas can be found elsewhere for less money. When it comes to organic food, I wouldn't imagine it would be cheaper at Whole Foods, but again, I don't go in there. There we go. You have to tighten it so it doesn't go throughout the whole stream. It's even worse for milk. Walmart's competitors beat its prices by insane margins of more than $1 per half gallon. That may be new. When I was buying milk, and gosh, when would this have been? 5 years ago. 5 years ago, Walmart was the cheapest half gallon of milk. And I don't remember what I want to say, maybe like $1.79 or something like that. It was ridiculous. I don't know what it is now. Anybody know what a half gallon per milk? Let's Google it. Steve Google stuff. America's favorite segment. Half gallon milk cost. $3.60. That's December, as of December 2020. $3.60, and so it was $1.79 at your Walmart 5 years ago. Okay, well, some of that's inflation, of course. Okay, back to the story. Find vanilla extract somewhere else. Elsewhere it says. If you don't bake a lot, you probably don't think about vanilla extract ever. I don't bake a lot. I hardly ever bake, but I sometimes think about vanilla extract because it smells good. Let's see. Vanilla extract, it's incredibly expensive. Synthetic alternatives that are fine. I mean, it's fine, but it's not real. But if you take your baking seriously, you don't want to deal with vanillin. Vanillin. That's one of Spider-Man's arch enemies, vanillin, or something similar. You want the real deal, made in Africa and shipped to your store via expensive, laborious routes. The pure vanilla extract at Walmart is the same stuff you'll find anywhere else. It will just be more expensive, close to twice as much as expensive as other places. Maybe they'll suggest other places. Avoid Walmart chips and snacks. A lot less money if you don't buy. Chips are chips, you're right. I don't get them from Kroger. Is pretty decent on chips and stuff, I think, especially the house brand. But yeah, I can't say for certain on the Walmart prices because it's been a while since I bought chips from Walmart. Don't get meats and fish at Walmart either. Okay, I hear you. Nice salmon fillet. Buy it anywhere but Walmart. And no, they don't. Summary: don't shop at Walmart. Really, it would have been easier to make a list of the things you should buy there, says this commenter on the Life Hacker. All right. This from, pausing. We're pausing. Okay. This from Eyewitness News 7, ABC 7, from abc7.com in, where is it? Los Angeles, California. California woman shocked to find 70 credit cards issued to complete strangers added to her account. Even more troubling, Chase never notified the woman of the fraudulent activity and just issued the credit cards. Thank you, Chase. Let's see. Here we go. 70 different. They came to her address, though. But cards issued to 70 complete strangers, all on her credit card account. It never raised a red flag when someone added 70 names to her account. Instead, the bank went ahead and had somebody issue the cards. Anyway, let's see. Never heard of something so outrageous. I've never seen something so outrageous. Okay. I was so overwhelmed when I saw the envelopes. I didn't know what was going on. I've been like in shock since then. I don't think my mailbox would hold... at the apartment, my apartment, I don't think my mailbox would hold 70 credit card envelopes. Let's see, each containing 2 credit cards with a different name on the front and her account number on the back. The first one is Derek White and Taylor Thompson. All right. Is that a... No, I'm thinking of Taylor Tomlinson, a comedian. All right. Let's see. I was just like really dumbfounded. Right away, she called the number on the cards to find out what was going on and realized she just activated the account for 70 strangers. When I heard that my card was activated, I panicked. I was like, no. So she called customer service. It said March 25th, someone logged in the account and added 70 names. And I said, well, how can that happen? And how come I wasn't notified, right? The bank closed the account, gave her a new card, new login. Luckily, no one had used the cards. Well, they probably couldn't because it wasn't activated yet. I'm sure you know people that were waiting for it to be activated just would have went on a rampage with charging things. It would have gone on a rampage charging things. But we'll give her a break because stressed because of that happening. Chase promised a call from the manager. It never came. You think someone from upper management would contact me and say, hey, let me check into this and I'm going to get back to you. This should have never happened. Something like that would have calmed me down, Kumar said. Why isn't somebody contacting me? Why is Steve blocking me? People want to know that all the time. Let's see. They asked Chase Bank how this happened and why no one alerted. The bank did not provide specific answers, only general bank information saying, for flexibility, we allow customers to add other users to their credit card account, even if it's 70. Both the confirmation of any new authorized user and the additional card is sent directly to the account owner at their address. In this case, the unauthorized cards were quickly closed after Ms. Kumar received them. So if they were able to intercept that mail, that means that they could have just called the number and done that. What up, Spring? Thought I saw a picture of it. Card members are not responsible for unauthorized charges made with their card. So that Chase Bank isn't they're not saying, oh, that's our bank. Oh, Kumar says the Chase executive just called her to apologize, promised him to investigate what happened. Okay, she had just renewed that credit card, when the 70 additional cards came in the mail. She still hasn't activated hers. Good call. I would probably say bye-bye to Chase. So they did not say whether it changes fraud detection systems to catch this sort of crime. I'm going to go ahead and say that adding 5 names, you might want to give the client a little phone call-a-roo there. If somebody adds 5 different names to the account, don't know how often that would happen, but yeah. So it doesn't have that picture on there, but it had like a picture where she was showing them all on whatever link I clicked on before, or maybe it's on here. No, okay. All right. This ROM is a CNBC. You want to be ready for retirement? Here's everything you need to know about taxes, 401k plans, and IRAs. It's not a nice fun chart or anything like that. So let's see. Complicated. Americans don't spend enough time doing their taxes. Just 12 hours along with 2:30 to file the paperwork, according to IRS estimates. CNBC, let me know if you have me to do proofreading. According to IRS estimates, to get the best bang for the buck. Your tax return is in no way that simple. That wouldn't have gone on it just like that would have been, if anything you type that in, that would underline that as being bad. Oh, maybe the kids are just too much in a hurry today to get the stories out. All right, your tax return is no way that simple, so I guess spend more time on it is what they're suggesting. Okay, so that's taxes. Boom, boom, boom. However, most people don't have that knowledge, and I think that is what creates this fear of the IRS and paying taxes, when essentially the tax code is not there to harm anyone. Is it though? Is it though? Okay. All right. Retirement plans are a key component of your annual taxes. Until the 1980s, I did not know that. Most Americans plan for retirement through pensions or defined benefit plans in which employers calculate employees' retirement benefits based on their years of service and final salary. That changed when Congress passed a new tax code in the Revenue Act of 1978. I was 10 years old. The act included a new provision in the Internal Revenue Code, Section 401k, and that's why it's called that, because that is the section of the tax law, which gave employees a tax advantage way to defer compensation from bonuses or stock options. Okay. So basically, if you want to be ready for retirement, do your employer-based retirement investing plan. Pros and cons to both, but you can have both. You can also have a 401k and a Roth IRA as well. Is that it? Okay. All right, that's kind of weird. What was the last thing it said? Oh, how 401k plans and IRAs work. Okay. And basically, yeah, the 401k, the 401, as John Deloney likes to call it. Just call it the 401 because he's cool like that, man. And that is you don't pay tax on the money when it goes in. It's pre-taxed. But you do have to pay when you retire and take money out of it. You do have to pay taxes on that. IRAs, the Roth IRA specifically, is you've already paid taxes on it because you're using money that has come out of your paycheck. And all of your income has already been taxed. And so a lot of people, we had a person in the chat that didn't understand that we tried for an hour to explain that it's already been taxed. And anyway, yep, Matt Daniels with the 11.5 birthday again. Slow news day, Matt Daniels. That's a reach for interesting content there. No controversies today. Controversies today. Controversies light, as he usually has. Anyway, the Roth IRA, your income is already taxed, and that's what you use that money to put in a Roth IRA. And then, though, you don't pay tax on the growth, which is why the tax-free growth is better than the 401k, except the match. It goes match, match, and then to a Roth IRA, and then back to the 401k if you have not, if you still got investing to do. All right. See this from Yahoo Finance. Bitcoin risk-reward calculations being upended by rising rates. Yep. So funny thing happened to Bitcoin as interest rates started to rise. Trading volumes went way down. And that's the main thing about that. Where is this here? Here you go. Aggregate 30-day moving average volume for Bitcoin across Coinbase, Bitfinex, Kraken, and Bitstamp. I guess those are all online brokerages for virtual currency. Is at its lowest level since August 2021, according to data compiled by that person at FRNT Financial. Over the last month, the aggregate daily volume on those venues has averaged just over $1 billion. That reading stood at $2.7 billion in May 2021, a nearly 60% decline. So, yeah, but something that would, I wonder how many new virtual currencies have debuted since May 2021. And of course they would, they would cut into Bitcoin's share of it. The problem is there are 8 billion different kinds of virtual currency. So how do you choose one? They don't have a long enough track record. As we go back to the crypto, let's check the Bitcoin. And let's do max. And so, as you can see, it's down. And then 2018, it's like, oh, some people got excited about it and said, yeah, we'll do that. And then they were like, probably Reddit people got, like, it went up to that point, and then everybody said, oh, this is going to take off now. And so they bought in here and in here and in here. And then after that, just like with the GameStop stuff, somebody posted on there, sorry, I got to pay bills. And so they sold their GameStop. So maybe it was the same thing. And so then it went down, and then more, and then more, and then more. And then since then, it's been almost a steady rise, a little bit, but then meteoric here. And then, 2 little things where it was up high right here, and then down again. So, but yeah, I mean, how do you, you have what? 3 years of track record. So you're going to base it on 3 years of track record? I mean, they're probably all the same, all those that were in existence. I wonder if they'd be the same. Well, I guess we can check. Let's check Cardano. I know a guy who has some Cardano. No. Oh, that's just today. My bad. Okay, so that went big. Oh, that just started. See, that just started in 2018. The Bitcoin has been around for longer, in 2016, and it just was flat until almost 2018. So there you go. So, but yeah, so that's interesting that everybody was like, oh, it's a new crypto, it's a new virtual currency, let's buy it. Okay, we're selling. And then like that, and then nothing until 2021 even. So yeah, and quite a bit of story. Then you had your top there, and then the lower. But yeah, so I don't know how you would pick one. Just gut feeling, maybe. I don't know. My friend that has the Cardano likes the guy that invented it. Thinks he has some good ideas or something like that. All right. Did we? Oh, I think we're done with that. All right. What is it? 6:44. Let's do a couple questions from the Dave Ramsey subreddit. There it is, right there. I think only one or two things was posted on Good Friday, so we didn't have a bunch there, but we'll see what's been done there. Right. Spring points out, yeah, that is for a Roth IRA, the tax-free growth, the traditional IRA. You do have to pay taxes on it. Absolutely. So you do your tax-advantaged ones first before you would do a traditional IRA. Okay. Oh, we're debt-free. Outrageous repair. 7810, 8 hours ago in May of 2017. The husband and I were married. That same month, he also graduated college with $93,000 in student loan debt. We were only paying mins up until December 2019 when we sat down and talked about how we wanted to get serious about paying off our debt. So we made a goal, debt-free by May 2022, 5 years total, and I guess they made it. Early, in fact. Husband worked a whole bunch of overtime. I learned to be a better cook to help us eat at home. We moved our family across the country for a new job. We had another baby. And here we are on Easter Sunday. We sent on the final payment. We're debt-free. Praise God. Next month, we'll be celebrating our 5-year anniversary with Donut in debt. $93K on the student loans. She was making $34K and husband $15 an hour. When they started, she was making $40K and husband making $60. So that's $100,000. And you get people in the Ramsey chat saying, "Oh, that's not relatable. They make $100,000 together." It's two of them, yeah. And so yeah, if you're married, and you combine your income, it's gonna be a lot. Usually, if both parents are working. Oh, today stay-at-home mom. So there you go. Not. And the husband makes around 110 by himself now. So there you go. Both cities we lived in were high cost of living areas where math does not apply. Community has been a huge support to us. I've been a long time lurker, but I really enjoyed and been encouraged by everyone else's progress and successes. Thank you. All right. What they didn't mention was Dave, which is fine, but I'm wondering where Dave came in. I wonder if they decided to get serious about paying off the debt before they found out about Dave, or if he was the impetus. On that look, you can filter by flare. Baby step 3, what would Dave do? There is other flare though. I wonder why the other ones aren't on there. The baby step 1, baby step 2, and 4, 5, and 6. All right. Does anybody else spend more when using cash? I wouldn't think so. This is from Cover Letter Head Start. And of course, we're putting a cover letter on our TPS reports from now on. I'll make sure all of you get an extra copy of that memo. I use the Every Dollar app, which, as you know, connects to your bank account. Some people say you spend more when you use a card because you don't feel the pain of cash leaving your hands, but I have a totally different experience. Well, you're in the minority. There's been studies by universities and, of course, done by the credit card companies as well, which is why they want you to use it. Because you don't feel as much pain. But let's see. For me, that's like every like Kardashians episode or any reality TV like that where they do the thing where they sit down and talk and they go, well, for me, if I don't see my bank account balance go down, it feels like I didn't spend anything at all. It almost feels like free money to me. Interesting. If someone sends me 200 on Zelle, I'm going to feel every penny cent. Give me 200 in cash and it will feel like Monopoly money. Anyone else? I'm going to guess a younger person. Where you're looking at something on your phone, it means more to you than a pile of bills in your hand. So probably a younger person, and that's, that could happen. Let's see. Cannot be trusted with cash. Not good. Okay. I do. One of the many reasons I prefer credit cards. All right. No, I thought that would be the case, but with the envelope system, I'm limited by what I can spend in various categories. There you go. I think Dave fails to recognize that younger people tend to grasp to the number in the checking account more. I don't know if he fails to do that or not, but he's just gone on. This would definitely be a newer thing where people would spend less with cash. And so if it continues down that road, he may adjust and suggest just going with debit card if you have to see it in the app before it's real to you. Let's see. Oh, this will be fun. This from DNKHNK11. 8 hours ago. Gazelle Intense, here are some food budget tips that aren't beans and rice. Okay, let's see. One thing that burns me about Dave is that he only recommends beans and rice. That's because he doesn't have a cooking show. If you're really in a hole, and I think it's a tad disingenuous. My advice for people who want to be 1, cheap, 2, decently, 3, healthy. Oh, decently healthy. 3, and save time on food prep is to learn to love eggs and raw fruits and veggies and stay away from the middle aisles of the grocery store. Figure out how to meal prep for the week and stick to that plan. Okay, I mean, he said before that beans and rice just means eat cheaply. So that you don't have to eat just beans and rice. That it just means eat cheaply. So let's see. Probably consume close to 18. Oh, is that it? Oh, okay. 18 eggs a week. Boom, 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 boom. Frozen veggies are still relatively cheap. Stick to foods that are filling and learn to eat less. You'll notice different in quality of health, cognitive function, positionally. Loss of weight. Stay away from foods that have added sugar and cut out desserts. Drink nothing but water, soda, booze, juices are nothing but poison for your wallet as well as your body. Really make a conscious effort to stick to this for a couple of months. I'm available for Reddit subreddit what's that word called? Proofreading as well. And you'll notice that most of the food you spent money on in the past was a waste and added no benefit anyway. I hope this helps. Okay. All right. She's doing some eggs. You guys like eggs? 18 eggs a week. I wonder if like you didn't really eat eggs before that, if you would have problems adjusting to that. All right, baby step 3, confused investor 9. Well, if you're on baby step 3, you shouldn't be investing at all. So there you go for that. Looking to buy a house in 4 or 5 years. If I can say, well, no, Dave recommends manual underwriting. Manual, like a person's name, manual. This is the correct spelling for manual underwriting. So I can have a credit score when I apply. Right now I have 2 accounts open. A credit card I use to pay gas, and my mother put me down as an authorized user on a card years ago and haven't used that card in a while. I have good credit, but I don't carry balance on the card. Before I close my accounts, I want to make sure all my bases are covered. What are the pros, cons of manual underwriting? Well, you do manual underwriting because you don't have a credit score because you followed Dave's advice. If you don't follow Dave's advice and you have a credit score, if you've had debt, if you've been late payments and such, you'll have a bad credit score, and that can affect your rate. Some people have reported manual underwriting has caused them to have a higher rate. But you gotta also consider in that people that are doing Ramsey stuff are likely not going to take the whole 15 years to pay that off. People not doing Ramsey stuff would either get a 30 or a 15 that they would take the whole 15 to pay off. So I mean that's the basic pros and cons of that. Manual underwriting, got to jump through a little bit more hoops. They can't just get your social security number, throw it in and go okay, and then immediately have here's what we will approve you for, like that. So it takes a little bit longer to do, but other than that, you got time for it. So let's see, what time is it? Let's do one more. Need encouragement. I am so stressed. Husband made a $7,000 payment to a student loan. I'm going to hold my breath waiting for it to come out of the account. Did we make a terrible decision? No, unless you took more than, if you left less than you need to pay bills, plus you still have your $1,000 emergency fund. We're waiting for the payments to start back, but we were thinking about spending it on Roth, another car. You're doing it wrong. You don't invest while you still have debt, including student loans. Student loan still is debt, still counts. Car, so we last minute decided to pay it. There's the last debt, and we only owe $1,000 left and can pay that off this month. Get rid of it, and then you don't have any payments. Then you can put that into your full emergency fund, and then when you get the full emergency fund finished, then you can go back to investing. And also, if you need to save for another car, you can do that there. So, yeah, I mean the stress. I mean, what did you want? What did you want done with it? Then you think you're missing out on the growth from the Roth? You think you're missing out on another car? Think you're missing out on just having it sit in the bank, which would give you an $8,000 emergency fund. You're only supposed to have $1,000 while you still have debt. So yeah. All right, so I don't know. She got 32 comments though, so probably some of both. Some people saying, no, you should have put that on the Roth because blah 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 blah. Yeah, but I mean, it's it's the I don't know what people expect. This is the Dave Ramsey subreddit. You might expect to see some Dave Ramsey advice in here. It's the Dave Ramsey YouTube chat. It's the one that they own. They get to decide what is typed in that chat, as a matter of fact. And so you would think, you shouldn't be surprised to hear Dave Ramsey advice. And, maybe keep your non-Dave Ramsey advice to yourself. But, you can talk about whatever mod lets you talk about in there. And he will block you or put you in timeout if you continue to talk about credit cards, etc., etc. So, yeah. All right, so let's do the about. Let's do the refresh, see if we got another subscriber during the show. And we did not, but we didn't lose any. So that's good, 403. Which Joy says I'll have 1,000 in no time. That I'm almost right there at 1,000. So she's very optimistic. What am I talking about? Oh yeah, tonight, Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's like in an hour, a little bit more than an hour and a minute or something like that. Tech support with Coach Steve Money, and I will do the same thing that I just did on the Dave Ramsey subreddit. I'll go to the tech support subreddit and use my 25 plus years as a PC tech to answer questions that are on there. People having problems with their computers. There's other stuff on there like phone stuff, and I normally skip those because I don't know. I don't work on those. I don't know much about that. Don't know much about Macs, but occasionally I'll just read the Mac question just to see if it comes in the heading of general computer stuff. That I can answer. So that's tonight in about an hour. Tech support with Coach Steve Money. And tomorrow, as well as the rest of the week, 6 p.m. Eastern time, the Ramsey Show Aftershow show, right after the Ramsey Show is over. Wednesday's No Set Time, Curse of Oak Island No Cap Recap, and that generally like around 6 or 7 a.m. or so on Wednesday. Could be later. You never know. I don't like to commit on that because I don't really know when I will be able to watch it. Wednesday and Saturdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time is Old Man Video Gaming, and I do a bunch of other ones as well. I did, yesterday was Sunday. I think I did 3 streams, at least 2. Might have done 3 different games. At least 2 I did yesterday. Alrighty, and whenever Bella and I are rewatching Stranger Things before the new season starts, and she hasn't even seen season 3 yet though, so I think we're probably gonna be doing that for a while. But maybe like late spring, early summer, we might play video games again. All right, let me give my plugs again. If you go to the my YouTube main page and look at my banner, designed by Chris Pittman for me. If you click on schedule free consultation, the link is also at the top of the chat and in the video description below. It will take you to calendly.com, and you type on, that's my name right there. If you click on the financial coaching, it will give you a calendar. You can change the month. You can pick a date. May the 4th be with you, and you can select the time, and Calendly will let me know you want that appointment, and I will get back with you and let you know what information I need to accurately assess you. This P is for PayPal, and that's right down here as well, paypal.me/CoachSteveMoney, and that is for donations. If you like what I'm doing here on my channel and you would like to help out, that would be great. The best thing you can do for me though is subscribe if you haven't, so that way I can get money from, eventually I can get a couple bucks from YouTube. All right, It won't be much at my current watch rate. If the rates are still what they were 3 years ago, I watched a video from a channel called Explore With Us where they showed one of their videos that had gotten millions of views. I can't remember how much watch time it was, but so I figured it out, and it's like 1.5 cents per hour of watch time. And so I'm doing, I've done 5,000 in a year, and so that works out to $6.25 a month. But that's more than I'm getting now, so that would be great. Instagram is at me on the girl, Coach Steve Money, no spaces. And was that it? Oh, email coachstevemoney@gmail.com. Email me if you'd like to sing the Baby Step song. I did a little bit different version of it today. Just guitar one. I think acoustic guitar music today, and I also sped it up to 1.25 just to see how that would work. I'll take a listen to it and see how I feel about it. I may experiment around with different ones, but certainly I would love to hear anybody else sing it as well. And what I'll do, you can record it yourself and send it to me, or you can do it live. We have the technology for that. Alrighty. So I will maybe see some of you in an hour for tech support with Coach Steve Money, and make smart financial decisions every day.